Hey there, fellow weird ass black sheep. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see if our spaceship has landed where it's supposed to have landed. And destination one, yes. Let's find out about destination two. Destination two. Oh, I don't know what a placeholder video is. Okay. Destination one is not loaded. Is it loaded? Is it loaded? Was I already supposed to have this on before I went live? Oops. Now I know. Oh, nope. There it is. I'm live in destination one and live in destination two. So now let's share this madness. Yes. All right. We're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube. We'll share the YouTube link. No, you know what? We'll share the Rumble link because we need to. Okay. It's good. It's good. There you go. I'm reposting. I don't know what that means, but okay. Like and subscribe. I don't know how to share this now. I don't know what's happening. Who knows? No one knows. Maybe you know. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, I want to make sure that this goes places because before it wasn't. Like it didn't go to any of the places I shared it to. Probably because I didn't wait. But we'll do it this time and we'll see. Okay, there's that. That. Okay. And here. Maybe. Here. There. And one more place. And then we are going to get to some storytelling. We're going to be reading Das Bible. We are on Genesis chapter 16. Now, let's shut this music off, shall we? And move on to the next thing, which is showing my beautiful face. Welcome to the party pen. I am your super awesome, great, fantastic sage, Saint Nikki K the Great, and I am here to tell you a fucking story. So, where we left off, Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden, and then there was a whole lot of names, and oh, wait. Why were they kicked out of the garden, Nikki? Oh yeah, because of a snake mammal. It was a snake mammal, smarter than any other mammal. Didn't say animal, it said mammal. It's very important. So anyway, they were kicked out of the garden because of the snake mammal. And Adam and Eve had two kids. One kid killed the other kid. The bad kid killed the good kid. And God was like, that's not cool. And then vagabonds were born. And then it was a whole lot of names. And then it got to Abe, right? And God kicked Abe out of his house, right? God was like, you need to get the hell out of your house. Because who's 80 living with their dad? Nobody, only you. So come on, leave. So Abe left and took his nephew with him. Well, they can't live together because they both have too much stuff to live together. They can't live together. They have too much stuff. So one goes one way and the other goes the other way. No, Lot leaves and Abe stays. that seems, in my mind, that's how it looked. So Lot leaves and he goes to Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. And then um hold on. Hold on. Okay, yeah, okay. The Sodom and Gomorrah got into a fight with other people. And these other people ended up taking Lot captive with all the other people. So Abe bust up with like 300 dudes and smashed all of them and got Lot back. And then the king was like, I'll give you all the stuff. Give me all the people. And Abe was like, I ain't taking a fucking thing from you. Give it to them. And here's your people. And Abe dropped the mic and rolled out. And then Abe and Sarai and them are walking and they get to a place. And he tells Sarai, say you're my sister. And she's like, okay. So they tell this king that Sarai, as pretty as she is Abe's sister. Okay. No, nope, that's not what happened. Sam, get out of here. You're not supposed to be in here. Okay. No, no, we haven't got to that part yet. Never mind. So then God talks to Abe like, I'm going to make your seed exceedingly wonderful. And then Abe's like, I don't even have any kids. What are you even talking about? And God's like, what I say. And Abe's like, I know what you said, but I know what it is. Right now, I ain't got no kids, so you can't give me anything. And God's like, what's my name? Hi, Miss Muddy. Hi, Miss Muddy. Good. Maybe you can tell me where I'm at in life because I'm still trying to explain what the hell happened. And then God tells him that all this kind of bad stuff is going to happen to his descendants, but he'll be fine. Pretty much. Anyway, that's where we left off and where we will be picking up. And Miss Muddy is here to chat with you in the chat if you feel like saying hello. She will gladly say hello to you. I will gladly say hello to you. Miss Muddy, I apologize for volunteering you for the, you know, all timers welcoming committee at Walmart. You're the welcomer into the party pen. That's the best job ever. Anyway, I don't know what the hell I just said. So if it was rude, ignore it. If it wasn't rude, man, yeah, awesome. I know things. Okay. So we're picking up on chapter 16. And we are also live on Rumble. And if you chat on Rumble, I will be able to see it. Yes. Yes, because I really suck at this thing they call live stream. Okay. But I know for sure we are in chapter 16. Now, Sarai, Abe's wife, had borne him no children, and she had an Egyptian maidservant whose name was Hagar. This bitch. Okay. Anyway, she said, I have this Egyptian maidservant. Her name is Hagar. So, seeing as I can't give you a kid, maybe she can. And I will be really, really nice to her and her baby. It'll be a good time. And Abe is like, woman, I am not. And she's like, no, it's a good idea. And he's like, no, the hell it's not. And she's like, yep, whatever happens is my fault. So go make babies. Rub your pecker raw. And so that's exactly what he did. Uh, okay. After, okay. So this happened after he had been there 12 years, 10 years. No, when he had been in the land 10 years is when he got into Hagar. And she conceived. And when Sarai saw she had conceived, oh, when she saw she had conceived, her mistress became despised in her eyes. So she's like, I got your man. No wonder Sarai was feeling some kind of way about shit. Now this whole thing makes sense because before it wasn't making sense. It was like, nah, Sarai's being a bit out of control. Look, but now it said, now that I see it said, her mistress became despised in her eyes. That means she was starting shit. Ooh, poor Sarai. Look, I take it back. I talk so much shit about that lady. Oh, man. Okay. My her mistress became okay. Then Sarai said, look, this is all your fault. I gave you my maid and now she's being all fucked up. Look. What do I do? This is your fault. I'm sure. I'm sure you could have been like, woman, damn it, no. And I couldn't have done anything about it. But you were like, yeah, well, my wife, she said, rub my pecker raw. I guess I could rub my pecker raw. Now look, now she's being funny. You do love me, right? So do something. And he's like, You do something. She's your maid. She's all you. I ain't got nothing to do with that. You told me to do it. Now you handle it, woman. Okay. Okay. So, after Abe said that, Sarai, Sarah, went and dealt harshly with her and fled from her presence. Now, the angel of the Lord found her by a spring of water in the wilderness on the way to Shur, and he said,
Hagar! Hagar, what are you doing? Oh, I'm having such a good time. What are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be over there?
and Sarai's like, yeah, I'm supposed to be over there. But, my the lady I work for told me, bring my husband, and I did that. Like rug retard, rock on. Yeah, I did that. And then I was being kind of funny. I'm not even gonna lie, I was being funny. But I wasn't expecting this. I'm all pregnant and shit, and now she's all whatever. And the angel's like, you're pregnant. You're gonna have a son, and his name is gonna be Ishmael. And he's gonna hate everybody, and everybody's gonna hate him, but he's gonna be wild. It's gonna be some shit. And then she said, um, she called the name of the Lord who spoke to her. So she told him, you are the one who sees. Have I really seen him who sees me? Therefore, that well was called Beer-lahai-roi. Observe, it is between Kadesh and Bered. Hagar bore Hagar bore Abe a son, and Abe named him Ishmael. And Abe was 86 years old when Hagar bore Ishmael. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Hey, if you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe and say hi to Miss Muddy in the chat. She's down there. She's lurking. Oh, you can also say hi to me. I somewhat pay attention. I know what's happening. Okay. We are on chapter 17. When Abe was 99, the Lord appeared to Abe and said,
I am Almighty God. Walk before me. Be blameless. I will make my covenant between me and you. I will multiply you exceeding.
and then Abe cut him off and said, yeah, how? Okay, bro. And he did the face thing, and God talked with him, saying,
My covenant is with you, and you will be a father of nations. No longer is your name Abe, but your name will be Abe. For I have made you a father of nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of you. Kings will come from your loins. Yeah, it'll be so great. Yeah, things are happening. Be a cheerleader. Look, and I will establish my covenant between me, you, and your descendants after you in their generations for everlasting covenant to be God to you and your descendants after you. Also, also, I give to you and your descendants after you the land which you are a stranger, all the land of Canaan, as an everlasting possession, and I will be their God. Yeah, good things. Hey, as for you, you keep my covenant, you and your descendants all the time. This, sorry, that's my coffee stirring dick on a stick. It's literally a dick. Anyway. As for you, Abe, you will keep my covenant, you and your people forever. This is my covenant that you shall keep. Every male child among you must be circumcised. And that doesn't mean suck the blood out of the baby pecker. That is not a rule. They lie. That is not a rule. This is the rules. Okay. And you shall be circumcised in the flesh of your pecker. You gotta you gotta chop the tip of your dick off. And it will be a sign of a covenant between me and you. He who is 8 days old among you shall be circumcised, every male child in your generations, who is born with you or not. My covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. So every time you look at your penis, you think of God. That is weird. Who does that? Nobody. What? Okay, never mind. I'm reading that wrong, I'm sure. Wow. Okay. I don't know what's happening. That sound knows what's happening. It said mic drop. Okay. My covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant, and the uncircumcised male child, that person shall be cut off from his people. He has broken my covenant, because it looks like a snail, and I think snails are gross. Did you know they sweat themselves to death? I didn't know that, but every movement they make is an inch closer to death. It's really sad. I don't know why I'm even thinking that. Anyway, what the fuck is happening? As for Sarai, your wife, you will call her Sarah, and I will bless her and give you a son by her. Then I will bless her, and she will be the mother of kings, and they will come from her. Yeah, it'll be great.
Then Abe fell on his face and laughed and said in his heart, I'm like 100 years old. And she's like 90 years old. Man, really? Look. Oh. Oh, yeah, it's so Ishmael. And God's like, no, it's not Ishmael, idiot. Remember, it's like Ishmael.
No, I said Sarah. Sarah. I said Sarah. Okay. And you will call him Isaac, and I will establish my covenant with him and his descendants after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. I have blessed him, and I will make him fruitful, and I will multiply him exceedingly. He will beget 12 princes, and they'll all be Muslim. But my covenant is with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you at this time next year.
So God finished talking with him and went away from Abe. So Abe took Ishmael and everybody who was there, all the men, and circumcised every single one of them that same day. Abe was 99 years old when he was circumcised, and Ishmael was 13. That very same day, he was circumcised the same day as Abe. He was 13 and Abe was 99. Okay. And now we are on chapter 18. Chapter 18. I think I know what it says. Yeah, 18. The shit we've already read. Chapter 18. The shit is so fucking fun. I never wanna be done. Chapter 18. Okay, are we ready? We're ready. Yeah, I need a smoke break too. Miss Muddy, you are so smart. So, tell me, what do you think so far? Is this the wildest fucking story or what? It's probably not the wildest, but it's the wildest yet, right? She pretended to be his sister twice. She might have only done it once by now. No, she's done it twice, right? What does anybody think about this so far? There's people watching on Rumble and on YouTube, but nobody's talking. Don't be scared to talk. You can say stuff. Because I just like, isn't this supposed to be interactive and stuff? And I don't want to read through and then people got questions, but they don't say anything. So then it's like I'm ignoring you, but nobody's saying anything. What are your questions, Miss Muddy? You must have something. But this other part, this my covenant is in your flesh, the flesh of your pecker. I never realized it said that before. But then everybody's like, God is free will. But the law, you have to do this before you even have a choice to do it or not. Is it just me that thinks that, like, I don't know. I think the free will thing is a bit iffy on what exactly the free will thing is because that is in here. And we do read about it. I think 2 different times. I grew up with God's promise. Oh, God is one of the actually, Jesus is the funniest dude that's ever walked the face of the earth. God is the funniest dude that's ever been around Earth. Like, those two dudes are funny. And God is tacky and he's gaudy. He's hilarious. But we find out how tacky God is in Exodus, which he's really tacky. Oh, and God is definitely pissed, and he tells a lot of people to fuck off. A lot. Oh, yeah. God is great. Has anybody else got anything? These people watching on Rumble, people watching on YouTube. Well, I don't know, but we're on chapter 18. Okay. Then the Lord appeared to him by the terebinth trees of Mamres. He was sitting in the tent door in the heat of the day. And he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, 3 men were standing by him. When they saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them and did the face thing and said, "If I have found favor in your sight, do not pass on. Please, let a little water be brought and wash your feet and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will bring a morsel of bread that you may refresh your hearts. After that, you may pass by, inasmuch as you have come to your servant." Dun, dun, dun. And they said, "Okay, whatever you want to do." Woman, woman. I'm paying attention. I am paying attention to you. Woman, you make me feel. You're lagging. I'm lagging. I'm lagging. Mhm. Okay. So then they said, "Do okay." So Abe hurried in quickly to Sarah and said, "Hey, make these guys some food." And Abe ran to the herd and took a tender good calf and gave it to a young man and hastened to prepare it. So he took butter and milk and the rest of the calf that he had prepared and set it before them and stood by them under the tree as they ate. Dun, dun. Could you imagine that, having somebody sitting behind you while you're eating? Oh. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. We are on chapter 18 of Genesis. We are on verse 9. Then they said to him, "Where is Sarah?" And he's like, "Oh, she's doing woman stuff. She's doing the woman stuff." Uh, and then they were like, God said, "I will certainly return to you according to the time of life. And behold, Sarah, your wife, will have a son." Now, Sarah was ear hustling, and she's like, "What?" And she giggled, you know. And then the Lord said, "Why is she laughing?" Why did she laugh? Look, I'm God. I'm not going to tell you guys this again.
I am literally God. I can do anything. I am God. If I said she's an advocate, she's an advocate. What she got to laugh for? This is not a laughing matter. I said I could do it. I'm going to do it. Man, why does everybody hate on me? I can do it.
Okay. Okay. o- Okay. And then the Lord said to Abe, oh, yeah, okay. But Sarah said I didn't. And then the men arose from there and looked towards Sodom. And Abe went with them to send them on the way. And the Lord said, should I tell Abe what I'm going to do? I mean, I don't want to tell him, but maybe I should tell him. I don't know if I should tell him, right? Okay. Okay. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him. Okay. So, I I got something to tell you, Abe.
I got something to tell you. I got something to tell you. Listen. Hold on. Okay. Because of the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah, and because their sin is great, I will go down now and see whether they have gone altogether according to the. I'm going down to see if it's really as bad as they say it is. Right? Because I don't know. So I'm about to go see.
So then they turned away from there and went towards Sodom. But Abe stood there and was like, what if there's this many? What if there's this many? What if there's a lot? And what if there's faithful people and stuff? And God's like, if I can find 10 faithful people, I would. Any number from 1 to 10, I won't destroy it. But let's find out, right? So, the two ain't this chapter 19. Do you got anything, Miss Muddy? Do you think God's gonna find a faithful person here? Because I don't know, he might. Oh, she might be doing husband things. Okay, chapter 19. Now, the two angels came to Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom. When Lot saw them, he rose to meet them and did the face thing. And he said, "Here now, my lords, please turn to my house and spend the night. Wash your feet, and then you can rise early and go on your way." And they were like, "No, we're going to chill." I have no friends either. I have no friends either, Miss Muddy. I thought I had a friend, but it turns out I might not have a friend. But you got a friend in me. Because if we're not friends with each other, who's going to be our friends? Nobody. Which is how we ended up in the party pen in the first place. So we got each other. I'm happy with that. Okay. So, Lot's wanting these angels to come, and they were like, no. And then Lot was like, no, 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 no. You need to come to my house. Like, seriously, come to my house. You do not want to stay out here in this place. It's bad news. And they were like, okay, whatever. So he made them a feast, and they baked unleavened bread and ate. Now, before they laid down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, came, both old and young, all the people from every quarter around the house. They called to Lot and said, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them so we can know them carnally." They wanted to do forcible sexy time on these dudes. They have no idea who they are. Like literally a whole city of people wanted to force themselves on these two guys that they have no idea who they are. So that's weird. Oh man, it's wild. Okay. 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 So Lot went out them through the doorway and shut the door behind him and said, "Please do not act wickedly. I have daughters who have not known a man. Please let me bring them to you, and you may do to them. Only do nothing to these men, since this is the reason they have come under the shadow of my roof." And then they said, "Stand back." This one came in. Oh. Oh, and they told Lot, "Get the fuck back, dude. Like, we don't even know you. Look." So they pressed hard against Lot and came near to break down the door. But the men reached out their hands and pulled Lot into the house and shut the door and struck the men who were in the doorway with blindness, both small and great. So they became weary trying to find the door. Then the men said to Lot, "Have you lost your ever loving mind? Really, have you lost your ever loving mind? Look, do you have anybody here with you? Grab everybody you have in the morning and get the hell out of here. Because we're going to destroy this place, because what the hell was that? Like, what was that?" Okay. Okay. Take your people and go. And while he lingered, the men took hold of his wife, and his daughter's hands and brought him out and set him outside of the city. Then they said, "Escape! Do not look behind you or stay anywhere in the plain. Escape to the mountains, lest you be destroyed." And then Lot said, "No, no, no. Indeed, let us go over here to this other town. It's just a little one. Please let me escape there." And they said, "Go, okay? Because we love you. Go." And the sun had risen upon the earth when Lot entered the Zor. Then the Lord rained fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah from the heavens. So he overthrew those cities, all the plain and the inhabitants, and what grew on the ground. But his wife looked back and she became a pillar of salt. And Abe went early in the morning to the place where he had stood before the Lord. Then he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and the land of the plain, and he saw the smoke of the land, which went up like the smoke of a furnace. And it came to pass when God destroyed the cities of the plain that God remembered Abe and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow. Then Lot went up out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountains, even though he didn't want to go there first. But okay. And his 2 daughters were with him, for he was afraid to dwell in Zoar. And he and his 2 daughters dwelt in a cave. Now the firstborn said to the younger, "Here we go. Here we go." The first one said to the younger, "We have no kids. We have no husband, no prospects. Nobody knows who we are. We live in a cave. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get our dad smashed. I'm going to show you how to do it." So she gets her dad smashed and rapes him and gets a baby. And she shows her younger sister how to get her dad drunk and rape him. And then she has a baby. Okay? Okay. Okay. So both the daughters of Lot were with child by their father. The firstborn bore a son and called him Moab, and he's the father to the Moabites to this day. Those are enemies, though. Okay. And the younger bore a son and called him Ben-Nami. He is the father of Ammon to this day. Also enemies. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, we're going to end right here. A, because my arm hurts. B, I got to call my dad. And C, my daughter is here. So I should be spending time with the girl freak, even though she's just going to be playing Minecraft and I'm going to be there like a zombie because I know jack shit about a video game. So that's going to be fun because I don't know how to play video game. I suck at life. Anyway, I want to thank you for watching. I want to tell you, are you still here, Miss Muddy? Because I want to tell you that I love you. Well, I love all of you. But I want to tell you in particular, Miss Muddy, I love you. Now, it's time to go give the pillow some head, the sheets some ass. Have the sweetest dreams ever. Good night. I love you. Miss Muddy, I'm trying to wait on you. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.